We've just come across these crucified moles across a farmer's field.
There's literally blood dripping from them. They've stuck their heads through the barbed wire. This is...
It goes on.
Labour's family tax law, because farmers can't be doing this to moles. That's not okay.
Oh my word. This isn't going to be suitable for YouTube anymore. There's like 100 dead moles.
There were more earlier.
Yeah.
So near the field where like a mile back, I thought there were socks. There was just a row of them. I was like, oh, that's weird. Someone's left socks out. No, they were friggin' moles.
Oh my word.
Friggin' crucified them.
The Cumbria way is marked by crucified moles. That's awful. So the plan is currently that we're doing the Cumbria Way in 3 days. I don't know if we're going to actually be able to do it in 3 days. We are well on our way to. Not really stopped yet, it's been pretty intense. But we're heading, first stop is to Coniston Waters. Coniston is still several miles away. When we hit Coniston, we're going to have lunch. That's going to be about 2/3. And then from Coniston, we're going to be going to Little Langdale. That'll be the 1/3 of our way through the journey. The next day, we'll be going from Little Langdale up to Keswick, I think. And yeah, that will be day 2. So I'll keep you posted. So we're about 9 out of 24 miles into the Cumbria Way. Ish. Thank you. I've taken the first photo of the trip, which is of this background here. The plan is to stop in Coniston. I'm going to try and basically just get photos every time we stop. So if we stop in a particularly scenic place, I'll see how many I can take. If I take about 5 sets a day, I should come away with something that's pretty decent. I'm still kind of scarred from the crucified moles. Here's my theory about the moles. I'm pretty sure, in the same way that the Romans used to crucify people outside the city gates to kind of like ward off people from going into the city to like commit crime or whatever, I'm pretty sure the farmers must do the same thing for moles, just kind of keep the animal kingdom out and make them aware about who's in charge. Which is kind of grim, but honestly it's pretty funny. Well, funny is maybe not the right word to use for it. How horrifying was that, Barnabas, on a scale of 1 to 10?
Maybe support Labour's farmer bill.
Okay, so we've just got out of the wind a little bit, but we're going to be heading towards Coniston, which is still about 6 miles, 7 miles? I can't remember how many we said. About 5 miles. So Coniston, which is about 2/3 of the way for the first day, is about 5 miles, so we're going to be there. Probably stopping for lunch at around, I don't know, between 1:30 and 2 o'clock. And yeah, onwards. The terrain is currently being punctuated by these horrible scores in the land. It's getting increasingly hard to jump over them. Dead end? Where are we going? Back over.
That's the path there, but there's no one going further to the left.
Great.
As soon as the rain is higher, so more obstacles.
Because you can go that way, but there's a little rock that you can see. Jump back over here, and then go round. You know what? Actually, I can reach you. about 2 years ago,
It's about 2 years ago? Oh, wait, thereabouts, yeah.
about 2 years ago, we did this very same hike, or at least we tried. And it was about this point here. We are near a town. Where are we? I actually don't know.
A tarn, it's about southwest of Coniston, a couple miles.
So about what, 9 miles into the trip? Maybe a bit more than that.
Probably close to 10 now.
Yeah, so we're about 10 miles into the trip. Last time we got to this very spot, and you can tell because there is a tarn. Let me show you. This very tarn was the place we accepted defeat last time. However, the difference between last time and this time is we are significantly fitter, our bags are significantly lighter, and the weather is a lot better.
Something just rained the entire time.
Yeah. Once we started to get up into the fells, the rain really began to kick up last time, and we were drenched through. In fact, I remember quite vividly sitting right there. Sitting right there in that little cove. And we sat shivering in the rain, eating our sausage rolls, deciding how best to continue. And it was at that point that we planned to go to Coniston and then get the bus back to Ambleside and then stay in the YHA at Ambleside. This time around, we are going to go to Coniston, but then we're going to go on to Little Langdale and we're going to finish the first day as planned. So we're already doing better than the first time we did this. Stumbled us upon a rather nice pier where I think we're going to stop and have some lunch. Let me show you. We're currently at about mile 15, so it's been a pretty grueling walk. We're going to stop and maybe have a hot meal here while we wait. Just going to wait by the shore, potentially wash our feet, get new socks on, let our shoes kind of air out a little bit, and then hit the road again in about an hour. But this area particularly is very, very beautiful. We arrived in Coniston. We're going to be hiking on the road just for the next 5 or 6 miles, which is technically departing the Cumbria way, but only because we are struggling with the light. We are losing light quite quickly, and even though we set off at 9 and we've covered about 15 miles, maybe even more, maybe 16 now, we are still a decent way behind in terms of time. It gets dark at about 6:30 and it's currently about 4 o'clock, and according to the Ordnance Survey maps, it would take about, I don't know, 3 hours to get to Little Langdale, whereas on the road we can get there in about 2, so we can get there with just enough time to light a fire, get everything ready before we need to set up our tent and before we lose all of our light. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to walk at road pace, maybe jog a little bit down some of the declines, and yeah, get there hopefully while the light is there to make camp. Okay, officially made it to camp now. It is 7:15. There we go. It is 6:45. There's still a little bit of light left. We're camping on the shore of this lovely lake. We have found a perfectly flat piece of ground right next to the lake. So we're going to set up the tent. We're going to get a fire going. Then we're going to have some food. And then I'm going to figure out how our snazzy water purification system works. That's going to be fun. So, let's set up the tent. So this is the end of day one. I've taken several photos. We have currently just eaten 2 packets of ramen and 2 instant meals. We're drinking tea.
That's good.
And are hunkering down in the tent. I've never done a wild hike with a tent, and right now I'm struggling to see why we've ever done that, because I think we're about to get the best night's sleep we've ever had while wild camping.
Yeah, it's better than a tarpaulin.
Yeah, we've used the tarps in the past because they're lightweight and all of that, but this is right now we've got no wind chill. We've been able to cook. Oof. Tomorrow we are supposed to do Langdale Valley up to Keswick. Yeah, so Langdale Valley up to Keswick. That's tomorrow's hike.
No, up to Derwent Water, but yeah, the lake would get the Keswick's lake.
Yeah. We're going to get a really good night's sleep. Probably the best night's sleep I've ever had. Certainly while wild hiking. And we'll see what we get up to tomorrow.